We live in a landscape that has been turned into a linescape. The hedges, ditches, dikes and dry stone walls all act as agents of connectivity for wildlife, whilst the roads, railway lines, canals and power lines act as barriers. When I first got the idea for Linescapes, I was travelling on a train up through Lancashire. I couldn't help but noticing how I was passing hedgerows and then dry stone walls and then back into urban areas, and all of these linear features were passing me by. I'm in Boundary Brook, and this linear feature in East Oxford's landscape is the perfect example of the complexity of our linescape, because it's both a wonderful corridor for wildlife and also a complete and effective barrier for other species too. So I've seen birds and insects flying down it many times, but I've also in the recent years rescued 3 hedgehogs, which would inevitably have drowned if I hadn't pulled them out in time. So this line is a great example of what we have all over the country. A linescape which is both good and bad for wildlife at the same time. Linescapes is a story about our landscape. It's a story about the history of our landscape and about the natural history of our landscape. It's a story about how we have affected it with the lines we create across it. But it's also a hopeful story. It's a story which carries with it a manifesto, a vision for change, a vision for which we could have a far more connected, vibrant and thriving wildlife in our landscape. I guarantee that by the time you finish Linescapes, you will never look at our landscape the same again. I have got 2 children who will starve if you do not read my book. Preferably buy it rather than steal it. Thank you.